Broadcasting live from DSN and JLP's Youth Talk, we are here at the MLK Resource Center. I'm Laverne Bowen.
And I'm Chance Peavy.
We are here at the College Fair, Chance. This is amazing, giving our youth all the opportunities that they need to learn about college life, to learn about how to get into college, how to pay for college. Parents need to know, kids need to know. Chance, what do you think?
I think it's a beautiful event here that they're having at the MLK Center for Nonviolence. And for you at home, you need to realize that Assemblymember Michael Blake of the 79th District will also be here, and we're going to grab an interview with him, as well as Emmy Award-winning Cliff Frazier.
Emmy Award-winning Cliff Frazier, he's doing an amazing job here in the Bronx at this center. If you join us, come follow us. Everything is so amazing, Chance, for people to learn so many different life skills.
True.
My gosh, the MLK Resource Center is amazing. We have learning labs, and they can learn computers. What else, Chance?
They can also learn building maintenance skills, also life skills and health skills. So definitely, if you're trying to look into a different avenue or a different career to go into, this is definitely the place to be at, because they're going to teach you skills where you can learn how to be in Medicaid or other parts in the medical industry. Then they're going to teach you building maintenance, so not only working in the field in buildings, janitor work, but they're going to teach you masonry work and stuff on building and becoming better at your craft.
This is the Martin Luther King Resource Center. Executive Director Cliff Frazier is here. Ivy Brown is here. Today
Today is actually the College Open House Fair. And besides that, they offer many events on building yourself and becoming better for the work environment.
Wow.
And for some of you that don't know, these facilities, like these computers that you see around us, and the smorgasbord and the microphones and the platforms, are actually available to anybody in the Bronx community or all over the city, 24/7, just a call away. Make a stop here at the Martin Luther King Center for Nonviolence.
And now this is called the SUNY Lab. Mr. Frazier has literally partnered up with SUNY. That means that this technology is state of the art, like we said. But DSN and JLP's Youth Talk are so proud to be here. We're going to make sure that you get all the information for your kids to go to school and life assessment skills for yourself. And we're going to give you that information. This is the MLK SUNY Lab Center, and it's located at 576 East 165th Street. We're going to put up that information on JLP's Youth Talk coming up next Sunday, and as well as on BronxNet. But we're just so happy to be here. I mean, did you see the photos, Chad?
Yes, beautiful.
My
symbols.
goodness, the historic photos of MLK in action, Rosa Parks. We talked to Mr. Frazier. Mr. Frazier told us that, you know, we're an amazing people. And just as we were amazing and resilient in that time and era, now they have built this fabulous resource center so that you can make sure that you have all the skills that you need. I'm standing here with Ebony Matthew. Hi. Ebony is the SUNY Attain Lab Technology. Can you say it, Ebony?
I'm the SUNY Attain Lab Technology Coordinator.
Easy for you to say. Anyway, this is the meat and potatoes of the MLK Resource Center. They have amazing equipment, and would you like to show us one of the stations here where people will get job training?
Sure.
And what type of trainings do you offer?
We have childcare, we have teachers assistants, we have customer service, building maintenance, security, CNA, home health aid, just to name a few. We also have Microsoft Office specialists.
How long do people come to attain this information? Is there like a program, a certification?
Yes, most of our courses are pre-certification, but then we send them out to do the actual certification part, so it could take them anywhere between 3 to 6 months to finish any course.
The SUNY Attain Lab is just amazing. You guys are doing a really awesome job. Can you tell us what the success rate is?
It's pretty high. We're a good 80% or more.
Wow, that's amazing. And that means certification, and then you send people out for jobs.
Yes, through their training, they they get jobs.
We're here with the remarkable staff of the SUNY Attain Lab Technology Center, part of the MLK Resource Center, and part of today's college fair. I'm Laverne Bowen. This is Ebony Matthews. We'll be right back.
Here we are at the Martin Luther King Center for Nonviolence. We are actually here with an intern of the organization. Would you describe your role as an intern here?
Well, basically what I do, I just help the people if they need help with Microsoft. I'm also certified in Microsoft. I've actually got my Microsoft certificate from here, Microsoft Word and Excel from here. And everything is free. It's self-paced, you don't have to rush. And I would recommend this place to everyone. If you don't have, you also can get your GED, which is good. And this place has really helped me.
Can you describe how you gotten into this organization? Did you always want to be an intern, or was this something that you picked up all along?
Well, it was something that I've picked up because I love computers and working with computers. So anything that I can help, I guess if I can help somebody else get where I'm at, I would do it.
Can you describe when you first came to this organization, what that was like?
It was, well, I was nervous at first, but the people, the workers that work here, they're very helpful, and they teach you, they walk you through it, they don't rush you, they're polite. Like I said, I would definitely recommend this place for everybody to come.
Describe your experience with the organization and why you still feel passionate about giving back here.
Well, because I have ADHD. I was born developmentally delayed. It was hard for me to get my high school diploma, get a general diploma, but I had to take, I think, a semester, and I'm not ashamed to say it, but I got my high school diploma. And then I knew I just couldn't settle with a high school diploma, because nowadays a high school diploma is, you need more. So I said, why don't I just go and get a certificate, and I'm certified in Microsoft and Excel. And that's just to better my life. And I said, I want to be successful, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to be successful. And we have people here, all ages, so you don't have to be ashamed of their age and, oh, I never got it. No, you can do it. It doesn't matter. Education, you have to get your education, so get it.
Great. So what are the hours like at the computer lab, and where can they find you, and how do they get a part of this?
It's from 9 to 5, and all they have to do is just walk in and sign up. And you can, if you sign up today, you can probably start tomorrow if you want.
Thank you. We appreciate everything. This is Chance Peavy, live here at the Martin Luther King Center, representing JLP's Youth Talk and the Matrix Studios, and we're out.
Between the Morrisania Revitalization Corporation, the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolence, and a wonderful educational institution that is reaching out to embrace you and bring you in, Monroe College. So let's give them a hand. I think you'll find the experience beneficial, and I think that you find the information very, very beneficial. We're concerned about preparing people to earn a living and have a good life. One of the best ways is to get the education. And Monroe College wants to be a resource for you, a source for you, so that you can benefit from what they have to offer.
I'll just say hi.
Introduce yourself.
Sure. Oh, I'm going to take care of it. I did greet just about I don't think I greeted you. Hi. Your name is? Jasmine. Jasmine, I'm Gary. Nice to meet you. My name is Gary Axelbank. I do community relations. As you can see, I like to meet people in the community. Some of you may recognize me. How many people live in the Bronx, right? In my BX, right? I host Bronx Talk. Do you watch BronxNet on 9 o'clock every night? You'll say, oh, that's the guy, I remember him. But my day job is I work at Monroe College, and we're very, very serious about the fact that people need opportunities to do better with themselves, to do better in life. We have an institution that's been around for 82 years. I see Assemblyman Blake is here. Nice to see you, sir. And there are a lot of things that you don't know about the world and about Monroe College, and we hope to kind of use our institution to help people change and improve their lives. We had 2,700 people at our graduation at Radio City Music Hall this year, and we hope at some point in the near future you can count yourselves among those thousands who get education in career and a career path, so that you can not only get an education, which you will have for the rest of your life, but also turn your life around and get a good job and move ahead. So I don't want to take any more time. I'm going to leave you with people who know a lot more than I do. So thank you very much for coming out, and let's make the most of every opportunity that's in front of you. Learn about it, investigate it, and then benefit from it. So thank you on my behalf. And
for those who I haven't met as of yet, my name is Michael Blake, and I'm your assembly member for this community. What that practically means is if you live from 153rd to 183rd east of the concourse, I'm your representative up in Albany. There are 150 of us that are your assembly members throughout, and that's our job. So our job is to pass the laws and to represent you however we can in that manner, from education to jobs, housing, healthcare, etc. It's always good to be here at MLK. There's always a good energy that happens here. I want to make sure that we keep Dr. Frazier and Claudia and Ivy and everyone supported in all that we're doing. And we want to say thank you to you for being here on tonight itself. This is personal for me in a lot of different ways. I grew up in the Bronx. This is born and raised in the Bronx. I grew up over by Crescent and Burnside. I went to TS 79, went to 118, went to deal with Clinton itself. When I grew up during high school primarily, I spent each summer over essentially at St. James on Jerome Ave, which is right across the street from Monroe. My sister is a Monroe College grad, and so I spent a lot of time over there. And when I left, I had a chance to go and serve nationally for President Obama. I was with President Obama about 7 years, 2.5 years at the White House. We did urban entrepreneurship events all around the country, and one of them that we did was here in the Bronx at Monroe. And so the purpose of this is, you know, someone getting college education, it changes their lives. I was that kid that they said I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't good enough, I was supposed to go to Northwestern, but it changed my life forever. And I recognize that being at Northwestern, being in that environment, opened up doors for me to be able to see people, have relationships that I otherwise wouldn't have had. I knew that for me, when you look at the stats, that there are too many in our communities that don't feel like college is an option, first of all, right? You know, and then the next step is when we graduate from school, it does change things. And to me, it doesn't matter what age someone is, as long as we have a chance to have that opportunity, it does transform everything itself. When you think about what's going on in our community, the reason why we have to come together right now, this is about us saying not just Black Lives Matter, Brown Lives Matter, but we have to make sure that those lives matter for something. Everybody still with me right now? Right? You know, it doesn't really matter if you go to school and you graduate from school and your block stays the same. It doesn't really matter if that young person doesn't have any hope. It doesn't really matter if we can't get a job. It doesn't really matter if you can't have a better home. You know, this is about us transforming communities for the better. And I'm tired of folks talking about the Bronx as if we're not incredible and remarkable people. You know, if you separated each of the boroughs and made them their own city, the Bronx would be the 8th largest city in America. Just put that into perspective for a second. 1.4 million people live in the Bronx. We transform things. Largest West African population outside of West Africa is here in the Bronx. It's in our district. Most diverse county in America right now is the Bronx. About an 89% likelihood that the next person you interact with is going to be of a different ethnicity. And when you think about what's happening collectively, there's some great things happening. You know, we're not just home with the Yankees, not just home with hip hop, not just home with salsa and doo-wop. We got a lot more than that. We have incredible minds, incredible things. We were over just yesterday at an activity at just Sotomayor houses. And to see young people try and do a positive thing who were coming up to us saying, I just want a chance to go to school. You know, I never saw a brother in a suit that wasn't a cop. Like it makes you pause for a second, you know, about what matters. And so what we're doing here, what we're building with you, is trying to transform things. Our vision for our administration is called 3-2-1, 3 E's of economic development, education, equality for all. The 2 paths to those 3 E's: strengthen minority women-owned businesses, career-oriented education. Now, I'm real clear about career-oriented education because I don't just need you to graduate school. I need you to graduate school to get a job. I need you to graduate school to have a career. I need you to graduate school to have a chance to transform your lives. And the one is transforming the South Bronx to make the urban metropolis of the world. So how are we doing this? This is the second thing we've done recently with Monroe. I was over there when we were talking to our young men about gun violence and the communities itself, and making sure we're transforming the mindset. Why? Because we know we go right down the block, Andrew Jackson houses. That was the projects over there about 3-4 months ago. 42 young people got caught up in a raid, getting locked up. Their lives have changed forever. And just so you don't think that this is some theoretical thing, 2 of my brothers have been locked up, turned their lives around. I know what it's like to wonder if you're going to have food to eat. I know what it's like to wonder if you're going to have a house over your head. And for me, college education transformed that. Opportunities transform that. What we're doing here transforms it, because you get the education, you get the job, you can transform your community. Think about over by Monroe. For those of you, who's been in the Bronx longer than 20 years? All right, so we're gonna test this out right now, Gary. We're gonna test this out. If you've been in the Bronx longer than 20 years, you know the old Fordham Road. With Alexander's, Woolworth. You would go up and down the block. You can go by the Euro King. It was about $1 on Tuesdays. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Who really spent those times over there? Wait a minute, the movie theater. Now they got Creflo Dollar over there. That's a whole different thing. I don't even understand that right now. Right? There was a whole different vibe when you went around there. Please believe, when it got late at night, you didn't want to be underneath the train. You would know what side streets you would walk up and down. Now you have a chance, you can go over by Monroe and I can transform my life. I can have folks think differently. 2 months ago, all the places the President of the United States could have been in the world, he was in the Bronx. That's right. Saying to young folk, look, I believe in you. And if you get an education in this house, you can transform your life. So this is the last thing I want to say. This is a very special day and night for a lot of us. You can tell I'm passionate about this. This is my business. I didn't come back home just to sit on my ass. I came back home to help somebody. Right? I want for folks to really believe that no matter what your dreams are, we can go achieve them. First time I met President Obama was in 2006. The first thing he wrote out for me was "Dream big dreams," and it didn't really resonate with me until about 2 years ago, because I thought about this. He didn't say dream dreams, he said dream big dreams. Why? Because too often in our communities, we dream little dreams. We get comfortable trying to achieve small things. We get okay with people saying that this is okay for you. No, you're not going to dictate my destiny. And this is why we have these courses. This is why we make these connections. This is why we're building this together. So I want you to really recognize, first I say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making this commitment. Don't just be here one day. Don't just be here for one conversation. I'm not going to try to tell you it's going to be easy. This is a grind. Kasim Reed in Atlanta said you got to love the grind. In a 30-block radius over here in our district. What an adorable baby. Oh my goodness, right? That's a blessing right there. Thank you. 84 schools are in a 30-block radius. Walk with me for a second. Governor put out a list of 178 schools in the state that are considered failing or struggling schools. In the entire state, 10 of the 178 are in this district. So you got cats who don't even have a chance by the 6th grade. So you being here, you're transforming the block, you're transforming our community, transforming a generation. So thank you in advance. We appreciate you in advance. And you're going to see a lot of us going in and out. I'm going to have to depart quickly because tonight is the annual Bronx Democratic Dinner. And just so you know the power that's happening in the Bronx, the first African-American speaker, first Bronxite speaker ever, Carl Heastie, here in the Bronx. He's up on the north part of the Bronx. The chairman of the Hispanic Task Force, Marcos Crespo, is now chairman of the Bronx Democratic Party. He's also going to be there. Governor Cuomo's going to be here tonight. Mayor de Blasio, Attorney General Eric Schneiderman, Comptroller Scott Stringer, because people are seeing some of the things we're building. And we can keep that going by you doing this and achieving the goal, not just coming for one session, but making sure you graduate as well. So much love, much respect. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. I'm going to add one more thing. You're a smart guy, but you missed one thing about RBX.
What's that?
It's also the borough of universities. So that's who we are, and that's who we're going to be, and that's what we came here to talk about. The fact that there are opportunities in education, and education changes lives, and that's how we do it. Thank you so much.
Always. Thank you.
Great. So I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'm going to step out of the way. My friend and colleague, and I'm proud to say I knew him when he was a student at Monroe College, and he'd be happy to tell you that he got his associate's degree. Am I spilling the beans here? He got his bachelor's degree. He got his master's degree at Monroe College, and I'm pleased to now introduce you to Dr. Cecil Wright, who is our director. My longtime friend and colleague.
Hello, how's everyone doing? Good. First of all, let me thank the center, director, and everyone who worked so hard to put this together. I think, obviously, I don't have words to express how grateful am I to be in this position, to be talking to you. Rather than lecturing you about what is right from what's wrong, I'm going to tell you a quick story, tell you my story, and then I hope to share some information about Monroe, how it can help you. And I must say to the Assemblyman Michael Blake and Chief of Staff, Aaron, thank you guys for just making sure this is possible. Obviously from my accent, most of you realize I'm from one of those very small islands, right?
Right.
I recently went to Kenya, but I'm not from Kenya. I am actually from Jamaica. But when I came here, I actually grew up in Edenwald Projects. Anyone know 1180 Uptown Edenwald Projects? The Bronx. You know, my father have 17 kids. My mom have 2 of us, my brother, myself. And coming up in the Bronx, my first job was a KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken in the Bronx. Boston with Baychester Avenue, you know where that is? Uptown, there used to be a motel on the corner right there, gas station. And then you have the C-Corp projects down the block, right? And I grew up, when I came here first, the only thing I thought I must have was what? Guess. What? No. I love girls. American girls. I said I want a girl, I want 2 girls, 3 girls, and they realized I need a job. So I got myself a job at KFC, and I bought myself a Honda. CRV red Honda, big wheels. Loved music in the back, Butcher Bunton music. Playing. And I thought I got it made, and then all of a sudden, when I think I got it all put together, I had a daughter. I'm going back home to Jamaica. Didn't go to school. Keep in mind, at the time, I had a brother who was doing life. Didn't go to school. And I'm going to Jamaica back to show my mom, my daughter, and I'm on the plane going back home. And, yeah, you. I need you, bro. Right up here. So, I know there's no chair. Can I borrow a chair for a second? This one here. Oh, okay, there's one right here. Pull the chair. So, this is me on the plane. My pants down my crack, right? My daughter in my hand. No, it's a baby. Right? Baby, going home. I'm on the plane with a daughter in my hand. You know, my car is parked in a lot of Edenwald projects. Plates are off. My license suspended. But I think I'm cool because what? I got a job. Working a couple of bucks. Work KFC. I have a daughter going back home. Wife beaters, you know, wife Nikes and all that going back home. On the plane, guy walked up to me in the plane. He said, "Hi, Cecil, how are you?" Guess who he was? Monroe. He was a pilot on the plane. And he knew my name. Guess where he knew me from? KFC. Good try. Monroe. He know? He was my classmate in high school. Wow. So here am I going back to my home country. Working in, no, keep the baby up. You stay with this all the way through, okay? You gotta get this. Had a baby in my hand. He's a pilot on a plane. Here am I on the plane with a baby in my hand, no college degree, at 25 years old, driver's license suspended. And my classmate in high school who graduated with me is a pilot on a plane. What's the difference between him and myself?
He was making a living.
What's the difference? Not even about making a living. The difference is that he followed his dream. It's not about how talented we are. There's more small cats in the Bronx than any other borough. The difference is are you following your dream? I'm not here to tell you, yeah, I am Dr. Cecil Wright. Written book, traveled the world, been to Kenya, speak to 400, 500, thousands of people. I've done it all. I'm not here to tell you about me. I'm here to tell you that you gotta strive, you gotta follow your dreams. Listen, I go to every community in the Bronx. Folks are afraid to go to some community. I'm not afraid. No, I'm not afraid. Because I know exactly what every community in the Bronx have. And because I changed my life. I changed my life purposefully. There's some people who I got in my life, stand up for a second, who for the rest of their life was pulling me. Just pull back for a second at me. Were pulling me and dragging me. And I'm every kind of thing I try to get away from being successful. Until I finally said to myself, I'm gonna list some folks. The Assemblyman, Gary, and all the other folks you're here. I can tell you what to do. I can tell you one thing that I can do better than anybody else. I can walk through the process. Can this boy know what it means to walk from 238th Street on Boston Road, go to Monroe College, take classes in the evening, up 233rd Street, make a left on German Avenue, all the way to, from left on Jerome, all the way to German 190th, and walk back home to Matilda Avenue where I live. I said to myself, got my daughter in my hand, sit back for a second. Went to Jamaica, and I said, Mommy, here's my daughter. Totally upset. When Sylvester Earle saw me on the plane, I was never so disappointed in myself. I wanted to jump off the plane. Okay, this dude was even smart. But he was a pilot on a plane. One difference, okay, he persists. He overcame. Everything they threw at him, he keep going. And at 25 years a pilot, while I'm flipping chicken in KFC, I said to myself, never again. Came back, I went, I was standing at Boston on Leicester Avenue, pouring rain, I saw the bus go by, said 1-800 go Monroe. I'm telling the truth. Took the number off, we get an associate degree, bachelor's degree, won national championship, worked for the David Chocolate Company, traveled to Switzerland, Spain, that wasn't enough. I came back, get a master's degree, that wasn't enough, get a doctorate degree. Now I have books, now I live in Massapequa, now I drive cars, don't take vacations when I want to. But I still work in the Bronx. If I can do it, you can do it. You can turn it on. So my job is simple. My job is to help you to fulfill those dreams. And everyone around this room here, our job is to get you to the next level. I'm going to share some stuff about Monroe College with you. I'm going to share some stuff about life with you. I'm going to take some questions, we're going to eat some food, and we're going to build this movement. We can't move forward unless you decide to move forward. But I can't help you unless you decide to move. I could talk till I drip blood. Unless you decide to move, you can't go anywhere. You gotta make it in your mind that you can move. And if you decide to move, I guarantee you, from everyone who work here and all the folks who put this together, all the entities and the parties, we'll make sure you have the support you need, the guidance you need, and the resources you need to get you to college. I recently named myself an airplane mechanic. I'm going to end with this in my presentation. My job is not to say how far you can fly. My job is to get you to fly. And there's different types of planes. There's some plane who can just fly from here to Manhattan, take 2 people. It's still a plane. And then I'm just good going back from here to Manhattan all day. They're good at it. And there's a plane that can fly from here to Washington, D.C. with 200 people. They're good at it. And a floating plane from here to London and Kenya, and those planes carry 350, 400 people, double deckers. I don't know what type of plane you are, but my job is to make sure I connect all the wires so you can fly. It only means that your job is just to fly from here to Manhattan and back, or we want you to be the best plane flying from here to Manhattan and back. And when I connect those wires, I mean that you're a 747 jumbo jet. And you're flying back from here to the continent of Africa, that's who you'll be. I don't care where you want to fly. My job is to make sure you fly. Some of us are going to be great medical assistants, working in nursing homes. Some of us are going to be great school teachers. great businessmen, great IT persons. Some of us going to be great assistant to someone. We're the #1 school to graduate Black Hispanic student at the associate degree level. So, in other words, if all the graduates you see, this graduates from around the states, we are the school that produce the most Black and Hispanic graduates, right? The second about Monroe that you should know, we offer degrees at 3 levels: associate, bachelor's degree, and master's degree. Monroe is a private school. Our graduation rate, we graduate our associate degree level with a 57% graduation rate. At a bachelor's level, we have a 76% graduation rate, and at the nursing program is in the high 80s, and the master's also is in the high 80s graduation rate, right? So the fact you're not only starting school, but you can also graduate, and that's important. So rather than me just keep talking about all the stuff that we do, I want to hear some stuff from you guys, ask some questions while we get the IT stuff set up with a video. I'll take some questions from you and ask some questions and give some answers to the questions and concerns that you guys might have. Anyone? Any questions? Yes, please.
Financial aid.
Very good question. So, Monroe is a private school. In order for you to go to college, every single person at Monroe, you can receive 2 buckets of money. One is called TAP, one is called Pell, right? So, TAP and Pell is given to you based on your income. Our tuition at Monroe is $7,000 per semester. Based on TAP and Pell, based on your income, if you get full TAP and Pell, you get $5,300 to go to school. So you'll be short $1,700. But we have what's called IA, an institutional aid. Because we work a center like this, we have enough money so we can give you aids to fill the gap. So if you decide to come to Monroe and apply to financial aid, if you are low income based on your EFC, you get full TAP and Pell, we will give you up to $1,500 so you can fill the gap so you can attend school, right? So, but again, you have to apply for this. This is where you complete your FAFSA, and FAFSA, the amount of money you receive to go to school also based on FAFSA. For those who don't qualify to get financial aid, there are loan programs. They can borrow money to go to school. I can tell you when I went to Monroe, I went to St. John's for my doctorate, all of those programs, I pay a little, my doctorate was a lot more, almost $100,000, right? But along the way, because of a loan program, it allows someone like me to borrow money, pay for school, and in the long run, pay back your loans. Right? And it's okay, let's talk about loan first. It's okay to borrow money to pay for school. How many folks borrow money to buy a car? All right? And a car do what? Depreciates. The value disappears after the drives up a lot. Our education does what? Appreciates. Doesn't go nowhere. And the only thing about your education is that this is the only thing you can use to change the zip code. We have education. If you go anywhere you decide to go, you always take your education with you. It's mobile. Once you're qualified, you can take your degree and go work anywhere you want to. Any other questions? Any questions, anyone? Go ahead. Sorry.
I would like to contribute to the question, asking the question. I would like to say that I'm so surprised. I was just walking down with my brother, and then his wife asked us to come in. He came in, and it was educational, kind of meeting or some kind of advisory. Then I'm so encouraged. But I would like to say that many people need this in the Bronx. Just as the assemblyman was giving the statistics, it's sometimes gloom to hear about the way our borough is. But I would say maybe a center like this, if they are informed ahead of time and they work the people around, get them information. Some of these brochures could be sent to the various apartments. Put them down there, show the dates, the location this will be held, so that people will come in. If you look at here, many of them are parents. Some of them probably would not actually attend themselves. But if the students, those in the teens and then early 20s get to know this, and they see that they can also fit in some way, maybe they will get involved. They've seen Monroe over there. They've never dreamt of going there, just as you said, until your friend came in on the plane. You were not prepared to do it. But once you saw him, that will give you the motivation.
Right.
And now today we have such a wonderful person here standing with us. So the publicity should be very, very well elaborated and spread across the borough.
Absolutely.
Especially where you see young guys sitting in front of stores, these bodegas or grocery stores around. If they get these things, in their hands, that come on, just come and listen. And maybe once they give the phone numbers and all those things, that you start calling them. Some of them probably are kind of wavering. They haven't decided yet. But once they get to know that you are persistent in encouraging them to come in, probably they can, come in and get support. So we thank you so much, and I hope that this will not be only in this room or in this office or this place, but it will spread all over the place so that at least growth will improve a bit.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice of you.
D.
Yes, how you doing? About several weeks ago, I went by Monroe College. I was on the bus, and I seen you had an entranceway that says for veterans. Could you explain that to me?
Okay, great. So I can say very proudly that Monroe has the largest veteran population in the New York metro area. We currently have over 5% of our entire population in Monroe are veterans. We have 500 veterans right now in Monroe as we're speaking. And first of all, are there any veterans in the room? So I want to thank you for serving. I think you should give a applause. Definitely want to thank you for serving. The veterans is the backbone of this country, and many of us, our safety and our well-being and what we do and the things we enjoy is because someone has fought. Someone were up watching when we're sleeping. And someone has protected us along the way. And we treat our veteran population of Monroe, I would say, better than any other college. And we do have a veteran center. It's run by our own, we call him Chief. He's Alan Hansen, a former veteran. It's a center set up for the veteran themselves. They have their own admissions counselor. They have their own academic counselor. They have their own social worker that works with them. They have their own financial aid packages given to them. And you should know, if you're a veteran and you're in this room, and talking to you particularly, the government has set aside money to voc rehab and other programs for you to go back to school. So, and a matter of fact, when you're very go back to school, once you enroll in school, they also give you a housing allowance. And in the New York State, the veterans housing allowance is the highest among all other states, $3,500. If you're a full-time student and you're going back to school as a veteran, you get, besides the fact that the government is going to pay for you to go to school, they also pay for your housing allowance. Now we have sound. Excellent mistake, right? So we do have a veterans office, and I'll be happy to talk to you more about what we can do and the service that we offer you. I apologize profusely, but we're there to serve you. If you ever need any help, let us know. Okay? A bachelor's degree in IT, Information Technology Systems. And our bachelor's degree actually has two key components. One, you have what's called a network portion of it, which is building network infrastructure, computer design and refurbishing computers, but you also have the software portion, writing programs and program development. I should say that the IT field at Monroe, we have an entire, 2 floors, entire designed for IT students. There are also several clubs that you can participate in if you're an IT student that allow you to expose and try the skills that you're taught in the classroom immediately. So we also will, in the IT program, you can also get a bachelor's degree in IT and manage something else. So besides the IT part of it, the technical part of it, you also have the opportunity to blend that learning with other business areas. You can have a minor, master's in IT, or a bachelor's in IT, but a minor in business, right? Because those two goes together very well. So we do have IT program. All the programs we have are listed on the back of your sheet. So if you have any concerns, so what I would like to do, because each person have individual questions or concerns that you want to ask privately. So what I'd love to do, I'm going to show a video for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'm going to stop the talking, and then I'll meet with you individually, myself and my colleagues, so we can hear some questions that you might have. And however, we're going to ask at this time that everyone who received one of those cards, this card's right here, these cards is called an information card, so we'd love to get it back from you. What I'd love to see, if you have any interest at all in attending Monroe, that's an interest to you. I didn't ask you if you can afford it. I didn't ask you if you're qualified. When I ask you if you have any interest in furthering your degree, I want you to put a star on the back of your card. If you have any interest. And then, as I meet with you, we'll discuss some more. How many people in this room don't yet have their high school diploma? Raise your hands. Is there everyone have a GED in this room? One person? Is there anyone else? Just one? Okay. So we're in the process of starting this new program this September. It's called Career Path. And the Career Path program will allow you to actually earn your GED the first year. It's actually allow you to earn your GED in 2 semesters while still earn college credits. So in other words, we had it in the past. It was out for about 2 years. We finally got approval to bring it back. So if you don't have your high school diploma and you're looking to go back to school and earn a college degree, you can actually, with a special program, an evening program, we can come in, take classes, earn your high school credential. That means you get 24 credits required for GED. At the same time, you can also earn credits towards your college degree. So it's a dual program. So you're actually working in high school credential at the same time, have a GED, while you're also working on your college degree. For this September, the program will be starting. It's only 50 slots. We're going to hold an information session next Thursday, I think at 9 and 5:30, which I'm the presenter for those 2 sessions. And I'm expecting about 300 people for 50 slots. So I'm giving you a heads up. Now, so if anyone is interested and you need those information and you have the forms filled out, fill that out. I'll have myself or Mr. Rosa will talk to you before we go. But for anyone else to look into further education, I want to put an X on the back of the form. And as I speak with you, I'd like to speak with you privately, individually, to see how we can help you to move forward. Okay? So without further ado, let me just show this video quickly. Now that IT is all ready to go. And then we're going to take some time and answer questions privately. And I'm not sure if our lovely director will start serving the food while we can talk. So folks don't have to necessarily wait. Okay?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. I'm Laverne Bowen. This is JLP's Youth Talk, and what a remarkable afternoon we have here in the Bronx. So many young people have come out to this wonderful occasion. We're at the Martin Luther King Resource Center, and we are having an amazing college fair. Everything you want to know about college this evening, you're going to get to know. Now, this wonderful site that we are in is the Martin Luther King Resource Center. It's a gem in the Bronx. We're sitting with the executive director of the Morrisania Revitalization Corporation, and this is Miss Claudia Nisbet. Welcome, Miss Claudia.
And thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You do such an amazing job. What a great title it is at this remarkable center. Why is it so important, Ms. Nisbet?
Well, when MRC started over 33 years ago, it was a housing company, but we always had the aim and the objective of including the community and improving the community. That's why it's called revitalization. So we have had the Martin Luther King Resource Center as our partner to do the social services for the organization. So we have had a lot of training taking place here. Youth training, income planning training, how to take care of your apartment training, all sorts of resources so that we can help stabilize what has now become a beautiful community. I mean, it is a beautiful community, and I can say that we have stood the course, stayed the course here for all these years, and it's wonderful to be here still and to still serve this community.
Excellent, thank you. I was going to ask, how does it benefit the community, but you pretty much laid it out.
Wow.
You mentioned job training, you mentioned other type of resources. Why is that so important to benefit the community?
Well, it's not enough just to give somebody an apartment and say pay us rent. Sometimes they can't afford it, and sometimes they need steps to help them to pay the rent. Some people may be on public assistance, really wanting to get off. It's a myth that people enjoy being on public assistance. Okay, people want to get off of it. And so with the opportunities we have here, a lot of people come to the SUNY Attain Lab. We've partnered with, MLK has partnered with SUNY, and there's a tremendous amount of training that goes on here. We have a gentleman here, Mr. Frazier. He's been with SUNY for over 15 years, and he can tell you more about, actually the MLK and SUNY, and he can tell you more about how that operates. But in addition to that, we have a food pantry here that operates weekly. We started that in 2003, not thinking we'll still be in business. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And along for the day when we're not in business because we're not needed anymore. But right now we're still very much needed in the community. And so we're here to do that. And we helped MLK to launch a charter school in 2000. Actually, I think we were actually the first one that was granted a charter by the New York State Board of Regents. We can't be more grassroots than we are, okay? We have no highfalutin board, we have no big spender on our team yet. But I'm not saying it's not, I'm not saying it's not useful to have a big spender. But right now we don't have any. So we've been charging and making the school work. We started, when we started the school, it was grades 1 to 3. Now we have grades K to 8. So we are chartered to accommodate 675
and
students.
And the name of the charter school?
The Harriet Tubman Charter School.
Awesome.
So, and right now we're looking to build a school because we're renting, and we're looking to build a school. We are in 2 sites now. We want to have all of our children in one school at one site so we can really have them be Harriet Tubmans and send them out into the world, you know. So that is really some of the things that we have done here. And we continue to try to help people through this lab. A lot of people who come here, they're looking for second, third, fourth chances. You know, they have not made it through and some have. And so whatever we can do to bridge that gap, that's what we do here.
My gosh, I'm amazed. All of that. You're doing such an incredible work in the community. Thank you so much for your service and what you're doing now. Could you please tell us where we're located and how can we reach you? You mentioned, you know, you want to grow and move forward in some things. There are a lot of people out there who may be able to help. How
are you listening? We do need help.
How can we help and how can we contact you?
Actually, we are located at 576 East 165th Street in the Bronx on Boston Road. Our telephone number is 718-589-7858. You can find us at www.mrcbx.org. And please do not hesitate to stop by. We welcome our visitors, and we try to treat you very well, so come on in.
They've treated me very well. But how have they treated the community? You can see the stories that of those who have benefited from this remarkable center right here on JLP's Youth Talk. Thank you so much, Ms. Claudia Nesbitt. God bless you with all that you're doing.
And thank you so much for coming. We hope you will stay with us, and we hope to build on this relationship. Thanks so much.
Most definitely. With Claudia Nesbitt, the Executive Director of the Morrisania Revitalization Corporation. This is Laverne Bowen, and this is JLP's Youth Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from Executive Director Claudia Nesbitt, and now we're sitting with the Executive Director of the New York Metropolitan MLK Center for Nonviolence. This is the Honorable Mr. Cliff Frazier.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Frazier. Mr. Frazier, today at MLK Center is a college fair. Now, You have Assemblyman Michael Blake here to encourage the students. You have a number of young people that are coming through. Why is it such a push for a college fair and for young people to enroll?
One thing that's extremely important is the youth are our future. And without an education, it's going to be hard to move forward with their lives and careers. It's going to be hard to get a job. In many instances, they will ask you, do you have a degree? We want to make sure that we prepare our young people to become successful in their lives and careers. Critical to that is getting an education. And we feel that the knowledge they will gain from the education, the contacts they will have, will make them employable individuals. Where we are, in the congressional district we're in, it is the poorest congressional district in the United States.
In the United States, sir?
In the United States. And if that's the case, that means that those young people who reside have to confront a lot of obstacles. And we want to make sure that they are equipped to move their lives and careers forward, to have them think positively about themselves, to have them understand that they come from a people who've made great accomplishments and contributions to not only the United States, but also to the world community. There's too much we don't know about who we are and what we've done. It's critically important that they learn it. All of the inventions that were created by black people, all of the wonderful things we've done through the years, the major things that we've done that have changed lives and situations for people and influenced the conduct and behavior. Once young people begin to understand the greatness of who and what we are, I feel that they will be less inclined to move towards criminal behavior, antisocial behavior, or doing things that are destructive and things that are contradictory to who we are. So we need to encourage the education. We need to encourage our young people to think positively about who they are and what they are and the greatness that they have. And to fill them in, to give them information in such a way that they would not want to cast negative aspersions on this great, fabulous, and wonderful people.
Mr. Frazier, I'm ready to go to school myself with that. My goodness, how wonderful you are to encourage our young people that way. And we see on the walls here at the MLK Center photographs of these magnificent individuals that you speak of in our history. Why is that so important to depict so many photos and show our young people these photos?
To show them that they lived. Here they are. Here's what they look like. Here's who they are, what they did, and the fact that this resides in you as well. One of the fantastic things about Dr. King is he loved us so much. He was constantly trying to contribute to us in ways in which it would inspire, in which it would direct us, which would give us an opportunity to think in terms of this is who we are, this is what we are, and this is all the things we can do. And the beauty of it is that he did it non-violently.
That's the key, non-violently. And so thank you so much, Mr. Frazier, for having this incredible job fair, college fair. I was going to mention that we also covered your host those job fairs.
Yes, yes.
So, Mr. Frazier, you are doing so many remarkable things in our community. How can we thank you? We want to honor you in some way. And that's just really off the cuff. I didn't know that I was going to say that. However, Mr. Frazier, we want to thank you for all that you've done.
Let me just interject one thing. One way you can honor me is do it yourself. You do the things that we're doing. You pick up the banner, you pick up the baton, you advance it forward. You care enough about our young people, emotionally and otherwise, to do the best you can to enhance their lives, to encourage them. And once we do that together as a body, as a people, there's
amazing words, ladies and gentlemen, from Executive Director Cliff Frazier of the MLK Center for Nonviolence here in the Bronx, New York. We have to move forward. Let's pick up the baton and keep going forward with our work from Martin Luther King as well as Mr. Frazier. This is Laverne Bowen here in the Bronx, New York on JLP's Youth Talk.
Hello, I'm Chance Peavy, live from the New York Metropolitan Martin Luther King Center for Nonviolence. I am here with Assembly Member Michael Blake, representing here at the College Open House. How are you feeling today?
I'm excited. There's a positive energy happening right now in the Bronx, and we're building it together with MLK Center in Monroe.
Okay. Describe the importance of having such an event here in the Bronx.
Not just anywhere in the Bronx. In our district, the 79th district, we have 139,000 residents. This is a district with 84 schools, but 10 of those schools were listed on the struggling school list. This is a chance to transform a generation, transform a community. And so what we want to do today is combine the power of education with jobs, with the chance to transform a career, a livelihood, and also convey the point of nonviolence. They're all interconnected.
Yes.
And so this is an exciting day, but more importantly, it's a transformative day.
Your agenda is focused on college and career readiness. So the open house here at the MLK Center, is that something that was part of working with your agenda, working as a larger chain of events, or was it something that you saw in the community and you needed to throw your name on?
No. This is we don't throw our name on things. We're part of transforming things. This is part of a vision that we continue to drive home called 3-2-1. 3 E's of economic development, education, equality for all. The 2 paths of how do you strengthen minority women-owned businesses, while also focusing on a career-oriented education, with the one goal of transforming the South Bronx, making it the urban metropolis of the world. What we're doing here today is achieving that. We're giving people a chance not just to go to school, but to graduate from school. We're giving people a chance to be here in the South Bronx to change their lives for the better. We're giving people the chance not just to have a chance to graduate, but be able to say to their communities, you can do this. And even though it could be 18, 28, 38, regardless of your age, we want to give you the chance to change your life for the better.
So I see that education is a big part. Would you also like to talk into the bigger aspect as individuals are going to college, but the focus on also doing what you want to do and transforming into a better individual, as in not only focusing on the academics, but putting the academics in a pliable basis where you can get a job and get yourself moving forward? So how do you feel about that as being an all-around individual?
I still have not found the person that doesn't want better in their life. And I still have not found the reason why education doesn't help your life get better. So what we're saying today is if you want to be a part of transforming your life for the better, education and economic development has to be a part of that. And the connecting bridge is the equality for all. When we reflect on the civil rights movements of yesteryear, when we reflect on what's happening here in our communities, tomorrow makes the 1-year anniversary of Eric Garner's death, we understand that it's all interconnected. Education, economic development leads to equality. And that's what we're able to achieve here, and demonstrating that this is the ability to transform the South Bronx for the better. That we don't want people just be looking at retail jobs and looking at lower income opportunities. We want technology jobs, we want entrepreneurial jobs. We want people to be thinking about not just being at the lower end of the economic aspect, but being the executives.
Yes.
This is about making us and operating in a different manner, and that's what we're going to do here today in the 79th District of the South Bronx.
Great. I would also like to ask, what are some advice you have individuals coming to a college open house? What should you be looking for, and what are some of the things that you should do when you come to these type of events?
It's okay to be a little nervous. It's okay to have a little bit of anxiety. You're coming into these events and you're trying to decide, where do I go? So for all of those that are watching and listening, you show up to open houses, you show up to these meetings, and you're trying to ask yourself, am I ready? The fact that you came through the door shows that you're ready. The fact that you came to the door demonstrates that this is the path that you want. And we're not saying it's going to be perfect, not saying it's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And so that's the reason why we want people to be here at these activities. And we're so excited, this partnership we're building with Monroe College, with MLK, we're saying, look, just come to the door. Just give us the chance to believe in what could be possible. If you do that, we can help transform your life together. And we're not going to leave you and let you walk alone. One of the things I reflect on often. My mom, when I was younger, had the footprints visual, you know, and you know, a lot of Christian homes have that in their home. And the core message is, I'm not going to let you walk alone.
Yes.
And that's what we're achieving here. If you're willing to take the step with us, we'll walk with you to make sure you can complete this vision of transforming your life for the better.
Great. I love it. Assemblymember Mike Blake, where can we find you next? Where is the next move? Where can we find the next in this ongoing mission?
This vision is going to continue. We're not going to stop. You know, be a little ditty, can't stop, won't stop, right? You know, and we are based over at Concourse Village West, 780 Concourse Village West. The best way to think about it, if you're in the Bronx, you know where the movie theater is at on 161st in the Concourse. We're right behind the theater. Come find us over there. 718-538-3829. I'm on all social media aspects and platforms. Follow us on Twitter, Mr. Mike Blake. Find us on Instagram, Mike Blake 1922. But build with us. You know, we believe we're building something special, and that things are not happening by coincidence. So if you are a Bronxite, for the 1.4 million people that live in the Bronx, for the 139,000 people that are my constituent, that I represent you in Albany, I believe in you, you believe in me. Let's build a better Bronx together.
Thank you. And this is Assemblyman Michael Blake, and I'm Chance Peavy, live here at MLK Center for Nonviolence, representing DSN and JLP's Youth Talk, and we're out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the MLK Resource Center continuing an extraordinary afternoon. You've heard the speakers from Assemblyman Michael Blake, also representatives from Monroe College. This is the college open house, and what an event it has been. We also have a special guest with us who's doing some amazing things in our neighborhoods, Mr. Chaz Green. Chaz Green has a wonderful event coming up on July 18th, and it's called Guns Down. So we'll allow him to explain this event and all that his organization does in the community. Hello, Mr. Chaz.
How are you doing? How's everything? Okay. Well, they call me Chaz Entertainer. I'm involved right now with Guns Down, Life Up.
And wait, let's see that T-shirt. Let's show everybody that.
See the muscles.
That's Guns Down, Life Up. I like that.
So I'm gonna give a quick shout out to my boy Trends, who's co-hosting with me July the 18th, and my boy Jimbo James. You know, James is with, you call it Mar B Golden Line. Lindsay from Lincoln Hospital, and real special shout out to Lincoln Hospital for, historically letting us do this event one Saturday a month.
Okay, well, you have major sponsors. Nice shout out to them. And you indicated it will be at Lincoln Medical Center.
Yes.
That's a really nice partnership going there. But what exactly is it that you're going to be doing? The Guns Down, Life Up. What exactly are you conveying to the community?
Okay, well, most of the people that, if they don't know me, I'm in law enforcement. And I can definitely say with Lincoln, a couple of people from Lincoln Hospital mentioned to me, a lot of times the people come in and they're all hurt and they come with like real serious injuries and stuff like that, and unfortunately they don't make it. So Lincoln kind of gets a real bad name sometimes because of the majority. It's a trauma center, and trauma is not a good thing. But see, what we're basically trying to do is we're trying to empower these students to use their talent, singing, dancing, poetry, hip-hop, everything, just to try to get them to get out of the street, give them a self-worth. Like when I was growing up, we had, the senior citizens were senior citizens. Now the community seems like they don't respect the senior citizens. Uncles were uncles, real uncles, and I really honestly said they wasn't child molesters, they were uncles. And we just gotta get stuff back to basics. So what we do is we have a panel, and last week in the panel we had some cats from SOS.
SOS stands for?
Oh, you had to put me out there. Oh, Save Our Streets. Yeah.
SOS, Save Our Streets, major sponsor of your event.
Absolutely. And what happened is we had brothers that did 15 years in jail.
Wow.
And they said it wasn't a cakewalk. So my thing is, and I basically would really express this is, see, education is very powerful. The saddest thing is our kids' college education is actually the prisons. So the kids are giving themselves up to go to jail instead of giving themselves up to go to college. So something's wrong with that.
Absolutely. Well, my goodness, this is a major cause that you're going for. What else will you have at this event? I hear often that there's like a trade-in for guns. Will you have information on how to get guns off the street?
Oh, we definitely got to push that. I like that. She just added something in there. Yeah, I could be honest with you. If you come across any guns and stuff, I'm not a believer of that snitching thing. Because if you do the crime, you should do the time. If you have any knowledge of just people that, this is our community. Let me explain something to you. This is why I am so avid about it. It's our community. Like, we go home to projects where other people go home to houses. We get mad and destroy our corner store, and we don't have anything to eat after we do that. So we're trying to wake these kids up, let these kids know that there is a future. I mean, it looks kind of bleak because of the situations everybody's getting into, but we're trying to teach them that knowledge is the key, education is the key, and we're all in this together. The only way we can pull ourselves out is, help each other, not like the crabs in the barrel thing, pulling each other down. So, and I really appreciate you, sister, because you have the energy like me. And like I said, we're at the MLK Center, and they're doing a college drive, and there's a bunch of young brothers and sisters outside. We had Michael Benjamin, he was speaking, and I gotta say,
we also had Assemblyman Michael Blake from the 79th District come. This has been an amazing afternoon. But this Guns Down is life up. I like that. That's a great phrase. What I meant as far as, you said you were in law enforcement.
Yeah.
So what I meant as far as, you may have some rough and tumble young people that come and may want to ask how can they, get rid of guns. What is that all about, Mr. Chaz, when you see some of those PSAs or commercials and they say, bring your guns to the police department and you'll get, a pat on the back or something. You really can't dialogue with our youth like that, but what alternatives are you offering to this, to our youth today?
Okay, well, I'll put it like this. I'll put a little public announcement out. I let the police department handle that
Excellent
aspect
answer.
of that.
That's the answer I was really getting at.
Yeah, but just knowledge, just knowledge that life is important. Yes. So we're trying to teach people that guns don't kill anybody. It's the person that pulled the trigger. And the saddest thing about it is this is what we're trying to exploit, I guess you can say, is that why is a life not valuable to the money? I mean, I honestly, I'll be honest, if I see an animal get hurt, I feel for the animal. And we don't have that love for each other.
Well, I think it's a remarkable event that you're having, and as far as feeling love, there's lots of love for the community here at the MLK Resource Center. You've seen the footage of us going to the lab, state-of-the-art equipment, job training, health information. It goes on and on. So we're just happy to be here today. Know that you do have resources here in the Bronx and right here in this center. And jobs. That's the major things. If you're in need of a job, you're in need of job training, come right here to the MLK Resource Center. It's 576 East 165th Street. We're going to put up the number and the website for you all along this program. But we're just so happy to talk to Chaz Green. He's one of the participants in today's college fair, talking about his event. Just goes to show you that the caliber of individuals who have come to this and to this event all have hearts for the community to thrive. All you have to do is arrive. Just arrive at the MLK Center and you'll find a way to stay alive and to thrive. So thank you, Chaz.
Thanks for
we
having
are
me.
so happy to
Thanks
see
for
you.
having me.